Hey, what's up? It's Mike here with Tuner Test Drive, and in this video I'm going to show you how to change the oil in your N55 powered BMW and also reset the service light. I will link to everything I used for this oil change in the description below for anyone that wants to do it themselves. So first, you'll need to pull your car onto a nice, sturdy, flat surface. Once the car is parked, you can pop the hood. Now get your jack and jack up the car using the appropriate jacking points and support with jack stands. Wheel chocks behind the rear wheel are also recommended. The oil drain plug is located pretty far back under the car. There may be a plastic service door covering it. Get your oil drain catch pan and make sure it's a fairly large one. These inline 6 engines hold a lot of oil. The N55 holds nearly 7 quarts of oil. Grab a 17mm socket and ratchet. It might be helpful to add a small extension to the ratchet. Be careful removing the drain plug. Depending on how long you let the engine cool, the oil could still be very hot. Note this copper crush washer that will need to be replaced. Remove the oil fill cap to help the oil drain out. Now grab your oil filter cap removal tool. If you don't have this tool, I have a link for it in the description below. Or if you have a strap wrench, you could use that to remove this cap. Surprisingly, I didn't have a socket big enough to fit onto the tool, so I just used an adjustable wrench to remove the filter cap. Sometimes you just have to improvise. Once the oil filter cap is loose, you can remove it. The filter will come out with the cap. Lay the filter and cap on some paper towels to catch the residual oil. You can now pull the old dirty filter off. We can now replace the 2 O-rings on the filter cap. These O-rings and the new copper crush washer should come with your oil filter. Use a pick tool to remove these O-rings. There's a small O-ring at the base of the filter. And a much larger one near the top of the cap. When installing the new O-rings, be sure to add a little bit of oil to these to prevent them from binding up when you go to reinstall the filter. Grab the new filter and pop it onto the cap. I usually take a paper towel and wipe off any oil sitting inside the oil filter housing. You can now reinstall the new oil filter. Twist the cap on tight by hand, then finish tightening with the filter tool and wrench. The torque spec for the filter is about 18 foot-pounds. so it doesn't need to be super tight. If the filter tool gets stuck on the cap, you can use a flathead screwdriver to get it loose. Find your drain plug and replace the copper crush washer with the new one supplied with the filter. Reinstall the drain plug and tighten it snug. This plug is also torqued to about 18 foot-pounds. It's now time to add the new oil. I'm using Castrol Edge 0W40 for this oil change. Note that you want to use something that meets the BMW's LL01, which is their long life specifications, which this Castrol Edge does. Add about 6.5 quarts and we can top off as needed after the level is checked. Once the oil is added, check underneath for any leaks. If none, remove the oil catch pan and lower the car back on the ground. Now BMW doesn't provide an oil dipstick, so the engine oil will need to be checked from inside the car. Now before we check the engine oil level, we can reset the engine oil service light. In order to reset the oil service light, you will need to turn the car on but not start the car. Once the car is on, locate the trip odometer reset button on the left side of the dash. Press and hold this button to access the service menus. Once the service menus are shown, you can click the same button to scroll through all the different services. Find the engine oil service, and then press and hold the button again. It will then ask if you want to reset. You can then press and hold the button again, and it will reset the service. I did this off camera, so this is why it says the reset is impossible in this video. We now need to get the engine oil up to temperature to check the engine oil level. Once the engine oil is up to temperature, you can navigate through the iDrive system to the vehicle info section. Once in the vehicle info section, go to the vehicle status. Once in the vehicle status section, there will be an option to measure engine oil level. Select measure engine oil level and select start measurement. The RPMs will jump up during measurement, so don't be worried about that. Once the measurement is complete, it will show you the oil level. If you are under the max, you can add a little bit more oil to get you back up to the max level. But that's it, the oil change is complete. Save yourself a few bucks. Now go enjoy your car.